Guess what? It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for In the Kitchen with Miss Paula Harmonica Mama. We'll have lots of fun. See ya. Well, good afternoon. And as promised, I am going to be making a pound cake. And this pound cake actually is going to come from our family recipe book, and this time we are going to use a recipe from the Howard branch of the family. So the Howards, Grace's mother's maiden name was Howard. So this is a recipe from one of Gramps' cousins. The young lady that came up with the recipe actually took it to several 4-H competitions, actually won the state of West Virginia. It doesn't say in the notes what year, but we have an award-winning recipe here. Okay, so the lady's name was Sally Howard. And of course, things were a little bit different back then. And the instruction, I'm going to do it just exactly as the book says. So I left my butter out for a little bit and to let it get softened. I set my eggs out so they could get softened. But when you used to get eggs from your chickens, I think the people don't wash them or anything. They just kind of leave them out for a while. So, okay, so let's get started with this. So the first thing we need to do is sift 2 cups of flour. I got a little bit of a kind of a crazy mess here because this is a brand new bag, and it was, I don't know, it didn't work well. I couldn't get it all right. Okay, so this is my cup measure, and like I said, oh yeah, this is going to be lovely. Okay, we'll get it. It'll be okay. Flour cleans up very easy. We'll put one more scoop on there. Okay. And I'm putting this in my sifter. I'm going to have to do this twice here. So, you can kind of see how it comes out now. I don't seem to be having too much trouble going all over the place. Sifting away, sifting away. There's some little crunchies in there. Okay. Let's put in the second cup. Now the actual directions, this is like a little bit further down the way. Tells us to cream the butter and sugar first, and then measure the flour and sift it. And for video purpose and just other time-wise, I think it'd be all right to have this done and ready to put in the wet ingredients mixture instead of letting it sit there and then measure the dry ingredients. That makes more sense to me. But we are going to double sift this. So I may just sift it right into the bowl. Okay, so I have my 2 cups of sifted flour. All right. And then she says to add the salt and mace and sift again. So we'll get her done. Mace, you can't find it anymore. I mean, it's kind of a bit expensive specialty ingredient, but it actually comes from the same plant that nutmeg does. So I will be using nutmeg instead of mace. Okay. Now I have a nutmeg here. And I just need a quarter of a teaspoon. So, in goes a quarter of a teaspoon. Of course, I have nutmeg instead. And our trusty salt here. And I also need a quarter teaspoon of salt. All right. Mix that up. Mix it a whole lot because we're going to be sifting it together. Alright. Sift, sift, sift again. I haven't done any sifting of flour a whole lot lately, but I have run across some recipes that kind of required it. Ooh, I can smell that nutmeg. And but I remember seeing my mom, and then when I baked as well, actually sifting flour. But then they're kind of saying, oh, when they make flour now, they make it fluffier than they used to, so you really don't have to sift anymore. I don't know. Okay, I just know I don't normally sift, so I'm sifting today though. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm going to get the stuff ready to go in the mixer, and I'm going to pause you off for a minute because I'm going to clean up all this flour mess too. I'll be right back with you. Okay, now we are ready to cream the butter and sugar. So we are going to need half a pound of butter, and you know that's 2 sticks, right? And a cup and a third of sugar. So we'll put the butter in first. In goes the butter. Whoops. And in goes the butter. And now we need a cup and a third of sugar. There's the cup. And there's the sugar. And this is what it looks like inside the bowl before you get it creamed. And we're going to cream it until the sugar is no longer grainy. Or, as the recipe says, cream, sugar, and butter together until all sugar granules are dissolved. That's what I was trying to think of when I said grainy. I'm just going to put this paddle on here. And I'm going to start it kind of slow, so we don't sling stuff all over the place. And I'm going to put my guard on as well. So it's just mixing up pretty good. I think what we'll do is just pause for a little bit. That's kind of noisy, and we will be right back with it. Okay, there we go. All right, it's going really well, but it needs to go just a little bit longer. However, it's kind of straight down the side of the bottle. Let's do the batter of beater first. And, hang on a second. Okay, I think we're in there. I think we're there. See how nice and fluffy that looks now? Okay, it's a little bit floury. Oh, the eggs too. Okay, we'll scrape her down again. And it says to add an unbeaten egg one at a time and beat thoroughly. Two eggs. 3, 4. And 5. Started sneaking around and getting them off. I just woke up from a nap. I'm just not feeling too good today, so this is where I probably really need to have my guard on here. There we go. Yeah, I got it on there. Oh, that's beaten. I am going to grease and flour my pan here. And I'm using butter flavored Crisco that's in the kit for my shortening to grease the pan. I may need to scrape that down first. represented flour in the pan, aren't we? All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour in here. Like maybe about that much or so. And then just kind of knock it around. See, I'm gonna put the rest of it to get all the sides better. I'm gonna put it over the sink so it doesn't get all over the floor. So you'll just have to, well, here. So it's all ready to go. My oven is preheated to 325. And then we will add the flour mixture. He's making him some coffee in the Keurig. That's that other kind of noise you're hearing. All right. Oops. Ready to get this in the oven. I can still smell that nutmeg. It smells so good. Alright. Later this evening, I am going with some of my yoga stretch class to go see one of the people in the class in a play in Portsmouth. So I'm going to go get ready after I stick this in the oven because it needs to cook for about an hour. So now we'll just pour it in the pan. Now it wasn't this recipe. I think it was just one that was like maybe in my joy of cooking. Whoa! Another cookbook I used to make quite often for a neighbor of mine when I lived in Huntington. Her father at the time was elderly, but he loved lemon pound cake. And he kind of got to the point that was one of the only things he wanted to eat. So she would ask me if I would make her dad a lemon pound cake again, and I was happy to do it. They were sweet neighbors. Miss Willie lived on 3rd Avenue. Of course, that was over 30 years ago. So, none of them are with us any longer. It's funny how you think about time, because it really doesn't seem in my brain that it was all that long ago that I lived over on 3rd Avenue in Huntington. but we moved from there to 33rd Street in 92, and here it is 25. So 1992, now it's 2025. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in the oven, and I'm gonna set a timer. Alexa, set 1 hour timer. And it's just gonna go straight here in the oven. Oh my goodness! I need a hot pad. And they're on the other side of the room. I have a bit of surprise in the oven. My husband does dishes for me, and he sometimes remembers to put these skillets in the oven, even if the oven hasn't been on it. All right, so here we go. We've got this in the oven. We are ready to go, and we'll see you in about an hour or so, and we'll see how it goes. Well, hello again. So, I made a miscalculation in how long it would take my pancake to cook. The directions said 50 to 60 minutes, and I ran and took a shower and got ready to go out for the evening with some of my classmates from my yoga class. We were going to a play that one of the gals was in. So I had to leave the cake in the oven, and Bertie took a nap for me while I was gone. So here is the finished project. I will be slicing it up here in just a second. I'm planning on taking this with me this afternoon to a homecoming, a celebration of life for one of the people that goes to our church. Her father passed away. Okay, now let's see if we can get this sliced up. All right, let's give this a try, okay? Here we go. I'll cut a couple of slices just to see. It's looking good. It is looking good. Okay, now then, I always like the heel best. I gotta taste it. Nice flavor. Kind of mild. I think it'd be really good with some fruit on top of it or something. But we'll see. Okay, listen, we'll see you all next time. And remember to share, like, and save from In the Kitchen with Miss Paula Harmonica Mama. And we will see you at a later date. Take care.